Right, welcome back. You should have this in front of you. All right, ignore the green and the black pens. They'll become self-explanatory. Right, so you should have a 2H pencil, all right, HB pencil. My 4H pencils I've put away because I don't really need it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through, right, creating a border, putting in the measurements. Now I'm going to use a green pen and a black pen. The black pen is going to be for the outlines. The green pen is going to be for all the information. So as I draw these things, I will put in different measurements and so on and so forth. You take these, write these measurements down. Right, so let's get on. Thing that might just be in camera shot, might not be, might have to turn it slightly. Yeah, that'll do. Right, borders. In your assessment, they're going to ask you to create a border. Those that have got good eyesight will have already noticed that I've penciled this out. So I'm not doing this just off the cuff. Using a T-square. Oof, that's not good. Using a T-square, crack these lines. Alright. You have a baseline. Those who like drum and bass, all that sort of stuff. There's a joke in there somewhere for you. Measure 20mm up. And that will give you a title box. Alright, so this distance from here to here, 20mm. Look, using a 60-30, not a 45. Burns, I hope you're listening. You then draw a straight line all the way to the top. Always check your T-square, make sure it's reasonably clean, right? Because these things have a habit of picking up dirt. Lord knows where, but they do. Do the same on the other side. Look at that, it's all gone pear-shaped. Now these measurements from here to here and here to here, 10mm. Alright, so I take it knocking the camera, just move that, so yeah, there you go, 10mm, 10mm. The last thing you do, and it depends on which qualification you're following, or the British standards may have changed and so on and so forth. Some will ask you to do a 3 box in your title box that you've done at the bottom, right, and some will ask for 5. Doesn't matter which one it is. Then for your words or letters, things like that, this needs to be subdivided into 5mm parts. You subdivide this part so box A for want of a better word. If it's title block, it'll go straight across the top. The last box will be what you put in for your orthographic projections or any other symbols. It's as simple as that. We get onto that near the end of the drawing. Right, moving on. This is where a lot of people seem to struggle. Alright, this is just the marking out part. Just take your T-square. Doesn't matter where you do it on the paper. It's irrelevant. Right? A little bit of common sense can come into it, such as if it's a big drawing, if it's 150mm or 300mm and so on, therefore you're not going to put it at the top of the page. Alright, up here. What you need to do, just literally scribe a line at the bottom. Now hopefully you can see that. If not, then we'll have to get our HB crayon out and just do the same again. Look, 60-30. Make sure your T-square's central, that everything's sat flush, and you just draw a line up. So it's like an inverted T. This is where the angles come into it now. Alright. Make sure your T-square is square. Put your 60-30 on it, lie it down, draw a line. Right, pop quiz. Mr. Burns, tell me which way you have to turn this, right, to get the other 30-degree angle. Why am I asking you? I'm on video, you're not even going to know. Just turn it round. Okay, for those who get stuck on that, turn it round. Scribe a line. Some of you will automatically start thinking, all right, yeah, he's creating a box. Which is true. Alright, we do create a box, but the lines are supposed to be extremely thin, narrow, and hardly able to see them. So if we take our drawing here, which is what we're going to reproduce, alright, stop the video if you want to, right, if you're really that involved. That is where our T will start. There's a straight line coming from here right across, and then a straight line coming from here. So that's where our T will go. Alright, so we will have basically two boxes. So the measurements are 25mm up, so make sure it's on the line. We work in millimeters, not centimeters. Right? I don't want to hear anybody coming back to me on Monday or Tuesday, Thursday, whenever I teach you, coming back going, oh well, in 2 centimeters. All right, you're engineers, you don't work in centimeters. So 1, 2, there's 25, like so. Because we're just laying everything out, you're just literally using a 4H pencil and you'll just scribe all these lines. Because I'm taking all the measurements from the drawing, so don't panic, okay, I have a good idea of how big everything is. You'll do the same, because all you're doing is just literally repeating what I'm doing and copying the drawing.